wanted to get some of your just journey to the show, man. I want to take you back to South Florida just a little bit. Just what do you remember about your time there with the Bulls, and just just reflect on it for me.
Yeah. So a little crazy vibe in a good way because of COVID happening. So like your first year, it's like you play. I think we played maybe a month, and then like that random Tuesday after practice, like all right guys, I was like, you sit and joke with it. It was a terrible practice, blah blah blah. Like, we gotta be better, but we can't do that anymore because COVID shut us down for the season. So it's kind of weird aspect like that, but in the joking way, it was a good way. So did a lot of learning through that whole process. I think everyone did at the same time. That next year went to Super Regionals and played UT all the way there, almost get the Omaha. So it was kind of a fun experience where like we were a 500 team the whole time, basically. Kind of like how the Phillies were in 22, where it's like a team they didn't really expect. They were just on their backs, like nothing to lose kind of thing. So I think it was a cool experience, like feel that same way. 22, a little up and down year, did a little bit of everything. Bullpen vibes between long relief, short relief, starting midweek Sunday and Friday within like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So it was kind of a cool vibe that way. And then got drafted later that July in 5th round here.
I love it, man. Just what was there? When did you feel it was possible that maybe one day you could get to this stage in the big leagues?
Honestly, you don't really know. I feel like, at least for me, I think it was just like such a big hurdle that I saw my name on the draft board and like a team trusted me, trusted the process. I think that was more important to me than like, obviously everyone dreams to get to the big leagues, but like you never know your time frame. You never know. Like I never expected to be up in a year or like less than a year, however you want to look at it. And then some guys it takes them 6 years to get up here. So I think everyone's journey is always a little different that way with it.
And just for you, just the road to the show, the journey, what was that like as well, grinding through the minors and moving up the prospect rankings and everything?
Everyone jokes with me all the time where it was like, you're not a grinder, you didn't really grind, you were like the post CBA stuff with like the living for the minor leagues and guys getting paid a little bit more in the lifestyle that way, where it's just like some guys like Kyle and all of them, they had to go live 6 guys to an apartment and all the craziness that way with it. And it's like, oh, you didn't have to grind for 3 or 4 years, you're just up here in a year. So everyone kind of gave me shit for that, but it's like I think it's just a fun ride between going from low A to the big leagues and then pitching the NLCS that year. I think the whole vibe of it was like you didn't really know, at least then, like I knew how important it is. Obviously it's the postseason, you always want to win, but like I didn't fully understand how much sweat and grind it goes into until like last year, going through the whole season, the ups and downs of it, traveling constantly, and then losing the DS, of like how much hard work it was, and like just seeing how much effort it goes into it.
I wanted to ask you about that, man, because that bank gets electric over there in Philly. Just can you take us through just that experience, just pitching in front of those fans, pitching in big moments like that? What was it like?
I think it was a surreal experience. I don't think really anything prepares you for it besides pitching there. I've only seen maybe a handful of places when Boston won it in 18 and stuff like that. That might compare to it, of like how, I won't say extreme it is, but how amped up that place gets. And like I don't think people realize until they're there that how crazy it can get. Like you can see on TV, you see like, oh, Philly's crazy, but it's like I don't even feel like if you put your TV at full volume, it's not even the same like environment, or like it doesn't matter if they're booing, screaming, or cheering for you. It's like just a crazy environment to be in.
And I got to ask you about this bullpen. I want to ask you about 2 of your teammates. Just one. Just what has it been like to be a part of this pen? It seems even last year, so many all-stars. It's star-studded down there.
100%. Yeah, I think that's what some people don't take away from it. Is like how much guys are actually good out there, and then you see all the reports or like people saying, "Oh, this is the worst pen," blah blah blah. But it's like it's the grind of the season. Like people don't realize that like guys could go through ups and downs, and it's like last year, like I said, like with Jeff out there and Strom out there, and just learning from their experiences through their whole process between where Jeff was going up and down early in his career. Now he's one of the higher paid closers in the game. Same with Strom, just going through his ups and downs of his career, and then now look where he's at, kind of. And then, like I said, like Estevez, he got All-Star this year, and then Duran now. It's just kind of a cool vibe that like people don't really take for granted, or just like how much learning you can do from it. So I think that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, he was one of the guys I wanted to ask you about. Just kind of electric stuff. Just your impressions of Jhoan Duran so far.
Yeah, he's just awesome, dude. Just kind of be able to talk with him every day, kind of know who he is, like kind of let me get his feet wet a little bit, just because I know it's a new city, new vibe. I won't say it's a night and day change from Minnesota to over here, but I think it's just the constant energy that goes in every single day, where it's like, I know nothing against the Twins or anything like that, but just I think the vibes of being in Minnesota to here are completely different. I think anyone can say that between us, New York, and LA especially, where it's like just the vibes and like the passion of these fans are just so different than anyone else. So I think him getting his feet wet, kind of getting used to the bank, how he rolled out with the new light show and stuff like that was pretty sick. So I think just him experience it and be able to talk to him every day and see what he's like has just been super cool.
For sure. And the last guy I wanted to ask you about, just I think people, media fans know how great he is, but I still feel for some reason he doesn't get talked about enough, and that's Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
It's just, what has been your vantage point of everything and just being teammates with him? And I guess, does the fan in you as well get blown away sometimes, or just what he can do out there?
100%. I think kind of take it for granted, I feel like sometimes, where you're like, especially with Christopher Sanchez too, where it's like you kind of take it for granted, where it's like it feels weird that you go out there, only throw 5 innings, gives up 3 runs, 4 runs, or like, dang, he had a bad day, where like some guys that's one of their better days, or even just an average day, but like for him it's like, ooh, that was a bad day for him. So Zach's the same exact way, just seeing like how hard he works and like the passion he has for this game, where I know sometimes like guys feel it as like he's not emotional out there, but I think he's just the most caring dude for the most part, that people don't realize, like making sure like, hey, they give you enough time to warm up, because like I think everyone knows, I think there's a clip that like he doesn't like when Caleb comes out there and walks out with JT even going out there. So I think even though like he doesn't like it, but he knows that it's for a reason, to give us time out there and just making sure that we're all ready to go, because we're trying to back him up too. I think it just shows his character and how great of a ball player he is on and off the field.
Well, Ryan, man, I really appreciate you taking us down memory lane and with the Phillies, man. Really appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.